there, I'm Judi Vitale with ReadTheStars.com, here with your few-minute overview of 2012. Well, I could go on for hours about the things that are going to happen all year, but if you just keep tuning in to ReadTheStars.com, I'll go into detail about each of the things that I'm going to mention here, and probably some other things that I'm not going to have time to mention. When I look at the overview of the year, I'm going to tell you that it's going to start off slowly. It isn't going to be anything like 2011, and that's probably a good thing. 2011 was way too fast, too many things happening. It took us a long time to catch up with anything, especially around the time of spring. It was really, really difficult. I don't see anything that drastic happening in the first part of the year. And in fact, when Mars goes retrograde in Virgo, from January through April, it's going to slow everything down, and you're going to be focusing on that area of life where Mars is. But just as soon as that gets over with, we have a very significant period in June where I think a lot of things are going to happen in the world. The biggest thing that we have to think about is the Uranus-Pluto square. Uranus being like feisty energy, revolutions, and Pluto being great transformations. Pluto has been responsible largely for what we've experienced over the last few years with our financial system. And with Uranus squaring it, I think there are going to be some very fast-moving changes in both directions, for good and for bad. But there will be a lot of things happening around that time. In addition to that, we will have some other things going on, like Jupiter square Neptune on June 25th. So June 24th is the first Uranus-Pluto square. June 25th is Jupiter square Neptune. Both of these configurations are going to be going on for a little while, over the next couple of years, actually. So, we'll be talking about them as they occur. But I want you to be in touch with those energies. The signs are Pluto in Capricorn, and Uranus in Aries. So if any of those signs sound familiar to you, you're going to have like a feeling in your personal life as well. And then Jupiter is going to be in Gemini when it makes a square to Neptune in Pisces on June 25th. At the same time, we're going to see, some eclipses occurring, May 20th, June 4th, that kind of time frame. So this is not going to be a very calm period. And then from there on, 2012 gets a little shakier. Is it the end of the world? Folks, I don't know that. No one really knows that. All I will say is that at all times, no matter what era we're living in, we need to be in touch with who we are as spiritual beings and be all right with whatever it is that's intended for us. So if it's the end of the world, it is. And if it isn't, it isn't. But there is a lot of significance to this year in terms of the way that people are reacting to the changes around them. And it's going to be up to us as individuals to make transformations within ourselves so that we can all be better people. The other big thing, of course, that's happening in 2012 is the November time election, which is going to be in the United States for our next or resuming the same presidency. I have not got to the point where I'm going to make a prediction about the winner of the election, but I will predict that the election is going to be a bit shaky because it's going to take place at Mercury's retrograde period. Mercury will go retrograde on November 7th at 4 degrees of Sagittarius. This is going to cause, again, a lot of confusion about who really won. So don't expect to wake up the day after election day knowing who our president's going to be. If you were around and paying attention in 2000, you know what I mean. It'll be similar to that, but probably also a little bit different because it's in a different sign and all of those wonderful things. But just to also let you know, Neptune is moving into Pisces to stay on February. We'll be talking about that extensively. But, for the most part, we're going to be getting used to Uranus in Aries and Pluto in Capricorn, which is going to take years for us to do these things. So keep tuned in to ReadTheStars.com. There are going to be a lot of exciting things happening this year. A lot of new opportunities for you to learn more about yourself and about the world around you. If you want to contact me, if you have suggestions as to what you'd like to see me talk about, send them to Judi, Judi, @ReadTheStars.com.